So I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but just recently a law was passed in Florida that allows teachers to carry guns. In my opinion, this is just extremely dangerous. I mean, who knows what this is going to open up the door for? I mean, I understand what their goal is. They're trying to protect students from mass school shootings and things like this that are becoming more and more common to our society. But I don't know if this is necessarily the way to do it. I think maybe more armed policemen in the school. That also doesn't really sound that great, but I think it'd be better than arming the teachers. Um, the police forces have been under fire for how they handle certain situations, but I think a teacher would probably handle those situations way worse. I mean, you're dealing with a lot of students on a day to day basis, and we're not just talking about protecting them, but just protecting the teachers from the students sometimes is a big deal. I mean, we've all seen the videos on YouTube and on World Star of these students attacking teachers and cursing at teachers and throwing things at them and so forth and so on. And I know when I was growing up, not only in high school, but even in middle school, we were pretty wild. There was some pretty wild stuff happening at the schools. I'm not really worried about the aspect of protecting the students from outside threats. I'm more worried about the day when a teacher decides to take up arms against a student to protect themselves. What kind of controversy is that going to be? Because, I mean, like I said, these teachers do put up with a whole lot from the students, and I mean, not to just shit on Florida, but they do say that everything is even more crazy in Florida. So I can only imagine just how crazy some of these students get in some of these public schools. It could be a disaster. It could be a recipe for disaster when you get an emotional situation with a teacher and a student having some kind of confrontation, and then they know that they have the safety of a gun. I wonder what could come from that. I wonder if they thought that through. Now, it's only going to be a couple of years from now. I mean, probably not even a couple of years from now. Let's say even a couple of months from now that we start seeing news reports about teachers shooting students who are getting rowdy or attacking them or something like that. So this is going to open up a whole new can of worms. I mean, all in attempt to protect our students. I think this is going to end up working against us. I think it's a really bad idea. Or on the other hand, maybe it will, in a way, police the students. I think this is just another way that they are trying to police us as well. I think just the threat of the teacher having a gun, or not necessarily the threat, or just knowing that the teacher has a gun, might deter certain students from doing certain things, from taking certain actions, so forth and so on. So at the same time, while it's protecting them, it might also serve as a form of policing too. So you guys tell me what you think about this. I think it's a recipe for disaster. I think it's only a matter of time before teachers start shooting students. First it was the epidemic of these school shootings getting worse and getting, more frequent. I think the new epidemic coming up is going to be teachers assaulting students or killing students in class because now they're allowed to carry guns. And who knows how far this is going to go? Who knows how many states are going to adopt this same law and if this is going to become a nationwide thing. So you guys keep your eyes peeled for this and see what happens. I know you guys got kids in school that are growing up in a world that is very dangerous as it is. I know that we want to protect them by any means necessary, but I'm not sure if this is the way to protect them, and I'm also not sure if it will protect them from the teachers themselves.